Hi, I'm Aeon. Oh my god. Hi, I'm Aeon in this video. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to more Jump Dash. As you guys know, Zoink has been working on a secret project, a verification, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about it because I didn't actually watch it up until like yesterday because everyone kept asking about it. I was like, I don't really care. It's nothing that I care about. Then I watched it on Moose2's stream and I was like, that's much cooler than I expected. And I want to discuss it a little bit. Is it a good top one? Is it a good hardest level? And I want to like air my thoughts because I saw a lot of people in Moose stream talk about how it was like, it's not a good top one, kind of rough, which I agree with. I do think this is a level with a lot of like issues, not issues, but it's not perfectly crafted. So I want to talk a little bit about it today, see what you guys have to think about it, and just talk a little bit because I think this level is very interesting. It's very fascinating in a lot of ways. Basically, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the showcase of it play in the background while I talk a little bit about it, and after that, I'm gonna move a little bit back and forth. But essentially, what this level is that Zoink has buffed this top 10 up to a top 1, which, typical Zoink fashion, I don't know. At this point, I kind of respect it in a weird way, where it's like, it's just another level Zoink has taken and buffed to oblivion. But that's, like, I don't know. Can you really blame him? Like, he's kind of, like, just showcasing that he's, like, so far above everyone else. So he's just taking cool levels and doing it. The thing about this level, though, is that I feel like this level is getting a lot of shit for being a bad top 1 because we have a pre-described, like, criteria of what a top 1 should be. And I think that is silly because I think this level is such a fun and refreshing top 1 just because it's so different. It's a beach-themed level with an upbeat, fun song. Like, yeah, it looks kind of silly, and as you can see, it's like a lot of the the textures and the block designs, they aren't super incredible. They look good. I would admit, I think the wave part looks sick. The water's a little bit rough around the edges, and there's a lot of like basic block usage. So it's not like it's the greatest thing of all time, right? It is very evidently, to me at least, just some kid who's like, I want to build a level around something that I think is cool. And then they did exactly that. And I think that is really awesome. I really like that. It's not even a concept. It's just kind of like someone wanted to build something that was kind of different. And it works. For some reason, when I was watching this, I was like, a beach-themed top 1? That sounds awesome. Because like the only difference between, or the only top 1s we've had as of late are health-themed and Zodiac and Plasma Pulse Finale, but Plasma Pulse Finale is like 6 years ago at this point, right? So it's just so different. I think it's really cool. The only issue is that I can see that this just doesn't end up getting rated because if you see here in the background, you have this like the horizon of the sea, the ocean, and this background goes on for literally half the level, and it's a 3-minute level. So it's kind of lazy. I can see this not getting rated just because it is kind of lazily built. I will admit as much. I think there are issues with it, like visually speaking, where it does feel a bit lazy, but to me, it's one of those, this is a creator who's making a level that they really care about that hasn't really built a lot prior to this, and he's just kind of like figuring out how it is. Because I think there's a lot of really cool concepts in here. It's just that the execution is a little bit poor just because it seems like the creator themselves has not the most amount of experience, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad level. I think this is a great example of it's very well thought out. It's just the execution is a little tiny bit poor, but again, that's not a bad thing. I think it builds character. When I was watching Move stream, there were a lot of people commenting on the fact that he just felt lazy and just effortless because, well, as I said, the same background goes on for half the level. It's a 3.5. It's a 3-minute level, right? But I just don't necessarily agree with it. Like, yeah, of course it's lazy. It's the same background for 1.5 minutes. But I think just the execution is so cool. The only thing I can kind of see being a little bit of an issue is that the contrast between background and foreground is, as you can see here in this still frame here, it's like background and foreground kind of blends a little bit. The only difference is like the light pillars, I suppose, with these spikes that kind of like differentiate them. So it could be a little bit hard to see like what's gameplay and what isn't. But stuff like this, right? The contrast between foreground and background in parts like this are very solid. It's not poorly made. It's just, I don't know. There's something to me about this level that just says this could be a cool top 1. Obviously, because it's a top 1 and Zoink is the verifier, there's the issue of Zoink buffing things to frame perfects and just making really shit hitboxes. Valid concern. I 100% agree with it. But I honestly think that this level looks really fun. And I don't know if that's a me thing and just me being like in a honeymoon phase, because I saw it the first time yesterday, right? So it's not like I have like the most absurdly good take on this. It's just me airing my initial thoughts and reactions to this level. But this gameplay looks genuinely enjoyable. It's fast-paced, it flows nicely, it moves in very cool ways, and I think it looks genuinely like a good time. And I'm gonna be real, this sunset part, I kind of forgot it existed. This sunset part looks very nice. It has a really cool glow to it, very beautiful. And this gameplay, it just looks like it would be fun to play. Is it a mistake to buff it to top 1? Probably, potentially. I wouldn't be surprised if the top 1-iness of it just makes it play poorly. But I unironically think this looks so fun to play. And I'm gonna be real with you, I love the song. This is one of those songs that I always really liked. I'm a huge fan of Dion Timmer, so that could be partially some bias there, but it's good. And I don't know. I think there's just something about it. And I don't know if you guys agree with this or not, but I think that us getting another XL or /XXL top 1 is a good thing, because that means more people have access to it. A lot of people have recently been complaining about the fact that the top levels are just so inaccessible because none of them are long. I think the longest level in the top 5 is probably AOD, right? And AOD is like 2 minutes long, but AOD has shit gameplay, so no one wants to play it. Us getting a 3-minute long top 1 is a very positive change, I would say, just because of the fact that we get something that everyone can approach. Is it going to be impossible? Absolutely. Excuse my language. Absolutely. Because Zoink is buffing into Oblivion and back. This could be very well end up being a top 1 for a very long time, just because of the fact that I think it has like, I think I saw a tweet or someone, sorry, an X a while back, someone sent that was like, oh my god, I can't believe Zoink's secret project has 130 frame perfect. It was like, you know, are you surprised? No, not really. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just talking insanity here, but I think that the idea of something like this is so fresh. I'm so tired of top 1 just being boring. Like, we had what were the top 1s? It was Bloodbath, and then after that it was like a Thanatos and Sakup and Hell. That's 3 hell levels. After that we got Sonic Wave, which blue wave level. I just realized that we're looking at a blue wave part. Oops. But it's not a blue level. It's a beach level, and water happens to be blue. There's more than blue. It's a blue and yellow contrast, okay? It works. It works, okay? Listen. After that we got Yatagarasu, which is a hell level. After that, we got Erebus, which is a radioactive level, which is probably arguably one of the more original top 1s we've ever had. After that, I'm pretty sure it was Plasma's Finale, which, okay, Plasma's Finale is fantastic. Arguably one of the better top 1s we've had. Bloodlust, hell level. After Bloodlust, Zodiac, which is the only, like, true... No, I just said Bloodlust. That's an XXL. Zodiac, arguably one of the more original ones, because it wasn't a hell theme, it didn't have a specific theme, it was just a mega collab, right? Very cool. After that, we got Tartarus, hell level. After that, we got Slaughterhouse, hell level. After that, we got Acheron, arguably hell level. Between that, we also had Sakup and Circles, hell level. It's just, I don't know why, but having something themed around something that's not like otherworldly or godly, really cool, really fun. It's such a fresh idea. Me being around for this community for such a long time, yeah, I want something different, and I feel like this is that different. And the gameplay itself just looks so fun. Like, if you go to the drop again, this is not the drop, the drop is coming soon, but as we get here, right? It just seems like such a fresh breath of air. My only issue, obviously, is the fact that the gameplay, or the visuals themselves are just kind of like not perfectly executed, so I can see why people just don't like it visually, which is completely fair, right? I think that's a completely valid concern. It isn't the most, like, visually pleasing, and it does need a lot of polish. It is rough around the edges. I think that is kind of undeniable. From, like, a visual artistic perspective, it has a lot to be desired. But I think just the idea and concept itself and the gameplay looking very enjoyable is enough for me to like it. There are just aspects of it that can be improved on, and if those things are improvable at the current moment because of the fact that it is still in verification, it's not verified yet. If there's a little bit more polish to certain things, this could be great. Am I insane for thinking that? Maybe, possibly. I don't really know. I could very well just be out of my damn mind thinking that this has the potential to be a good top 1. But I also am, admittedly, again, as I've said before, worried that Zoink is going to ruin it, because we've seen Zoink not have the greatest track record of verifying stuff. I'm actually like excited for this. I didn't think I would be because everyone asked me, oh, Aeon, what do you think of Tidal Wave? And then I just didn't care to watch it because, oh, it's just another Zoink verification. But this genuinely excites me because we're finally getting something new. And that's something new I love. I love getting new things like this. It's so fresh. Everyone's thought of refreshing was Poo Cube because, oh, it's a modern level. This is a regular design level, and they managed to create something that feels fresh for the top of the list. I do know that obviously a beach themed level is nothing new. Azure Fiesta exists, right? A Durami verification. That's in the similar vein. That was never at the top of the list. The top of the list is so like rigidly edgy and just whatever. There is no room for experimentation, it feels like. This, I feel like, and hope can become sort of like a catalyst to see more interesting and exciting concepts and ideas be put at the top of the list. You can keep making the same old gameplay because it's a very safe strat. Making gameplay people like, yeah, that's very safe. People are going to enjoy it. But going in on like a fun idea, like a beach theme, it's awesome. I love it. I think it's great. And I want to hear what you guys ever think. This is probably a very messy video. I didn't really structure anything. I just wanted to talk about this level because I think I'm excited for it. I'm genuinely looking forward to this. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on why, other than the fact that I want something fresh. I want something new. And this is just that. And I'm very much looking forward to it. Good luck, Zoink. Congratulations to OniLink for creating this. I think this is awesome. Very excited for it.